When I was growing up, my mom always, on Sundays made us go to church. I say made us because, as a youngin', you don't really, want to go to school, want to go to church or anything like that. You want to play all the time, and that's kind of what my childhood was like. I wanted to always play and go. So I had a relationship, as much as a child that didn't really know no better could have. I always knew he was around and was with me, but I had my own way of doing things and agendas. It just escalated from there. In my 20s, I was doing drugs and alcohol, and then late 20s, I started selling drugs and living in that kind of lifestyle, and it just spiraled, slowly spiraled downhill. I got so tired of doing drugs and alcohol and asking for him to help me. He told me to go in the house and make some phone calls and get me some help, go get treatment, because I can't do it on my own. Obviously I couldn't have stopped on my own without him interceding. The fourth or fifth place that I called was in West Palm Beach, Florida. It was All In Solutions, a faith-based place. Within a week's time, I was getting on an airplane to go to treatment. I wanted to get clean of alcohol and drugs, and I wanted to get closer to the Lord. So didn't want to go to West Palm Beach. Never had been on an airplane before. Didn't want to leave home, but was going against everything that I was telling myself, and I was letting him lead me. I got on the plane, got claustrophobic, never flew before. Got off the plane, got me a ticket for a train ride. The train was delayed, so I didn't want to sit there and wait for that. So that was two things that day that I was supposed to be going to treatment that held me back, kind of just trying to derail what God had a plan for me. The next day, I got on the train. It was a 24-hour train ride. I got there, and first 16 days was detox, and then we moved to a residential place in clinical, and that's when the God and faith part of the treatment started. The classes that we had, Pastor Dan was teaching, it just made me hungry. Like I asked him, I said, how did you know so much about God and everything, because he's just breaking it all down, and like I've never ever heard it before, and it was really, it was moving. In those last 14 days that I was there, we went to Recovery Church. I stood up and gave my testimony there before I left, and it was just, the music and the worship, the way they went about it, and it was moving. I mean, everything just lined up like God wanted it to line up. When I got back, my wife figured out that there was a place here for Recovery Church, so we started coming here. The first Tuesday I was back. That Sunday we came to service, and we've pretty much been coming ever since. I was thinking about getting baptized when I was in West Palm Beach, because they did, at Recovery Church on Monday nights they had a large baptism. But I decided to wait until I got back home, got settled, and know that I could handle, keeping myself straight, living like he wants me to. Now I'm 54, and I finally found him. I finally let him in, finally let the door open. I've been kind of holding it back, but I finally opened it and let him in. And it's still a struggle. It's not easy. From staying sober to trying to live like a Christian and not do all the things of the world that I'm used to. But it's a whole lot easier to recognize it now when I'm doing those things and not, trying to make a better life, trying to live, to let him shine through what I've been through, and can share, because it was a bad place, man. It was a bad place. But he was there with me all the time. I just pushed him back, and he finally kicked the door in on me, and I'm glad he did. Got me clean, kind of brand new, new life.